Yeah, that's problematic.
Crazy.
I'm not into that. I mean, are they hiding it from me or are they doing it in the open?
I don't think any guy that would do that is gonna be able to do that in the open.
That's true.
It's like, it's just
There's
no
open
way.
relationships, you know?
Yo. So my name is PK. I'm 32 years old. I work in transportation. I'm a logistics coordinator. You know, I'm unapologetically me. I say what I want to say. I do what I want to do. Like, I just do what I feel is right, what is fun, you know, and that's it. That's the way I live life.
Hi, my name's Nithya. I'm 38 years old. I work in ed tech. I'm a summer babe. I love the sun. I love to be outdoors when it's nice out. So I'll usually be outside catching some sun, drinking some nice wine, hitting up some beaches, going to the parks. I love spending time with my friends and family. Yeah, I really cherish those moments, especially as I get older now.
Why are you still single?
I understand the question, but I also feel like it's asking, like, why is the earth round? I guess I just never really met anyone at the right time and the right place. If I'm being honest, I think there's a part of me that's also afraid of kind of committing like long-term. It's what I really want, but I think that sometimes you don't see the best examples of relationships, and so it can be a bit nerve-wracking. But I think I also just haven't met the right person.
You know, I like to think that I'm a pretty good people reader. I'm kind of picky in a sense. But that doesn't mean that, you know, I don't like to meet people and have a great time and whatever. It's just, you know, sometimes I'll pick out something that doesn't really connect or whatever. And then, you know, I'll look at that. I'm like, okay, is this going to be, you know, good long term and whatever. And I have a lot of fun and people look at me and they're like, this guy's riding on the seat of his pants. But I think I'm a lot more calculated than people think. But, you know, it's one of those things where I got sides, you know, I got sides for sure. Ladies first.
Wow. Hi, I'm Nithya. How's it going?
It's going good. It's going good. I'm PK.
PK.
Nice to meet you.
You too.
Yeah. Oh man, I've heard nothing about you.
Same here. You signed up pretty last minute, right? Or
Yeah,
they got you
yeah.
on board. Yeah.
Like I heard about it for a little while, but
Okay.
to come here today was like super last minute, you know. So
Yeah.
I'm happy to be here, and you sound like you're, you know.
I'm happy to be here too.
Nice, nice. What are you expecting out of this? Do I gotta look like Brad Pitt or?
Nah, that's like real high standards, you know. I'm more realistic.
I love it. I love it. Okay. We're good. We're gonna succeed here.
Yeah. I am looking for a mature man, someone that's, you know, all around just a good-hearted person. It's a hard line between not having too many requirements and like having the right requirements. I would like someone that's also financially stable, like has a fairly healthy relationship with money, just easy to talk to, down to earth. Oh, a sense of humor. I need someone that I can banter with. I do like a man that's stylish. Someone taller than me would be great. I'm not even that tall, but it feels like it's harder to find.
I would say the main thing that I'm looking for is someone that can match my energy. You know, I'll be like super loud and boisterous and cracking jokes. I'm not looking for her to be like at that same weight, but in some way, shape or form, like I just want somebody who like shows a lot of enthusiasm in me, what I'm interested in, what I bring to the table. When somebody gives themselves 110% to me, I give 110% back, you know, and that's just how I am. I'm max effort. I'm either 0% or, you know, I ramp it all the way up. It's like, you know, you have all these settings that you could talk to a girl, like whether it be online or at a bar, a lounge, a club, you know, a party. And me and a girl like this, I don't think I've ever done this before. So
I know.
I'm hoping for all greens. You know what?
There's no such thing.
I know. You know what? A fun red? That'd be cool. That'd be cool.
Yeah. A fun red.
Yeah. A fun red, you know?
Okay.
I mean, if you could convince me, right?
Yeah.
I might go green after.
Nithya, would you want your kids to learn Tamil?
Yes, I would want them to learn Tamil.
I kind of like the fact that like we're gonna hold the heritage down, you know. So I'm green flagging that for sure.
Okay.
I think the power of languages is huge. I think knowing as much as you can like kind of gets you a little more cultured, you know. So knowing just English to me, I feel like makes you so blind as a person, you know? Having Tamil in your life, like it just really opens up the doors. That's what I believe. If there's any which way that I could teach, you know, my future kids some Tamil, I would absolutely in for it.
How are you planning? How would you do that?
With the help of my mother. I don't have enough in the bank to be like, you know, taking this on solo 100%. So
Free labor.
Yeah. Don't worry about it.
Green flag.
Green flag.
I think it's good. I think it's always good to know more languages, especially your own. I'm Tamil in the sense that like that's my identity. You know, if someone asks me like, what am I? I'm Tamil. I speak Tamil with my family. I'm not as confident in my Tamil speaking skills, so I can sometimes like refrain from speaking Tamil in public settings.
I only even know the language really to talk to my grandmother. She was my only grandparent, you know. So if I want to speak with her and have a connection with her, I needed to know. In terms of being like super Tamil and stuff, I would say, yeah, I'm like a 1 out of 10 in that aspect. But it's one of those things, like whoever I'm building a connection with, you know, if they are super Tamil, if they're super religious and all of that, then that's something that, you know, I'll try and delve into and try to reciprocate as much as I can, you know, and make it work.
PK, would you live with your partner before marriage?
Yes, absolutely. I don't necessarily think that you're totally different people from who you date. You know how some people are like, you don't really know somebody until you live with them? I don't know if I 100% believe that. I think I'll have a general idea of how she is or how anybody is that I'm involved with before I live with them. And then I don't think it'll stray too far away from that.
Green flag? I would definitely live together with someone before I got married. If we were heading in that direction,
right.
To the direction of commitment and marriage. So it's not something that like I'm probably just gonna try it out and do it to see
yes.
like long term. Like I think I'd want an intention. It's a good way to get to know one another as well. Yeah.
Green on that.
Do you think your families would be accepting of that?
Yeah. I think at this point, yes, they would be okay.
Yeah, same answer for me. In my house, I don't really, I kind of drive the bus in my house in terms of what decisions get made and whatever. Like, and I have a strong connection, especially with my mother. If I were to do something drastic like that, I know I could explain my way out of the situation, like why this makes sense, you know? And she'll hear me out because she trusts me, right? With my dad, it's more, hey, Dad, you gotta just accept it, okay? For sure. But no, I'm in the same boat, you know? My parents would be perfectly fine with it. No question.
Nithya, what are your thoughts on therapy?
I would love it if my man was in therapy or has been in therapy, you know? That's very attractive. It's super helpful. I see a difference from it. For me, it's a major green flag.
I'm gonna go ahead and say that's a red flag.
Oh, okay.
let's make this a little spicy, you know?
Okay.
I get the angle you're coming from, but I feel like I don't feel like I'm a person who's like really needs any kind of therapy or anything like that. So I'm like, I don't know, right? Like, again, I haven't tried it. There is that, right? So
does that mean you're like opposed to it, or you just feel like, you know, you don't need it?
I mean, I guess both questions tie into each other. It's like, I don't think I need it, so I am opposed to it, right? But I'm not opposed to somebody like, you know, if you were to need it, or if I needed it in the future, I would not be opposed to it, right? So, but at this current time and place, no, like I don't think I really need anything, you know? I feel confident in who I am, and I feel like I could be a help even to you or to anybody, you know? I can be your therapy, you know, and that's it.
Interesting. So you've never been through like hard things in life that you've needed to unpack or talk to someone about?
No, I've been through a lot of hard things in my life. I like to learn from what happens. I don't like to just be in the middle of a problem and not absorb anything. So I've learned so many lessons at this point now that I feel confident whenever a new problem does arise. And I'm like, I feel like I can handle this, you know? I feel like I can handle this on my own. And if not, I'm gonna continue learning, right? I don't feel like I need the assistance of somebody currently to help me along in this case, you know? But like I said, super open to it if I ever needed it. you know? Like I'm not just turning a blind eye to it. There's no question.
Okay. I think overall I have to go with a red flag on that one.
Okay.
I just feel like the older generation, you know, they really didn't talk about things, and that was like unhelpful. So I feel like us, like we're privileged enough to be able to access therapy and do work on ourselves. So I think, yeah, someone that's open to that is nice. But I get what you're coming from. I think culturally, and in our communities, there generally is a lot of resistance to it. So I understand why you may not feel like it could be helpful.
What about kids before marriage?
This is the thing. I don't think a woman should ever be smited for having a child from a previous relationship. I'll address that side first. I don't think so. You know, I feel like you'd be a fool to look at a girl and just dismiss her because she has a child. She might be the best girl on the market, and then you're just saying, I'm not doing this right now because this is just like an absolute red flag I can't get over. And I feel like, you know, you'd be stupid to do that. That's just my personal opinion on it. I'm not gonna think, I mean, how am I gonna work it out with my own family? I don't know. It would be a battle. I know I'm gonna stick by my girl, right? If I get to that point. So it's one of those situations where it's like, I'm gonna have to choose maybe, you know? That's if it goes terrible. But if I do convince my family otherwise, then I'm perfectly fine with it.
Cool. Green flag on the answers. I'm the same answer. I would be okay with it. I think if it happens, you just gotta buckle up and jump on.
Yeah, you gotta figure it out, right? I mean.
So then what are your thoughts on abortion, Nithya?
I personally, for me, I wouldn't do it, but that's only because I have a biological clock. So at this point, I wouldn't do it, but that doesn't mean I'm like against it at all.
I feel like abortion should be a decision between both sides, you know, and if that's how she feels about it, then that's how she feels about it. You know, it comes down to both of you guys made this happen, and we got to be responsible adults and make the, you know, the calculated decision, the right decision, you know, the one that comes from the heart and everything, like, you know, everything encapsulated, right? So if that's how she feels, that's how I feel. Like, that's just how it is. I love her, you know, at that point. So that's it. That's my answer. I'm going green on that one, 100%.
Nithya, what is your opinion on OnlyFans and porn? Or your man subscribing?
If my man is subscribing to it, yeah, that's problematic.
Crazy.
I'm not into that. I mean, are they hiding it from me, or are they doing it in the open?
I don't think any guy that would do that is gonna be able to do that in the open.
That's true.
It's like there's
open
way.
relationships, you know.
It's pretty bad too.
Yeah. No, I don't like it. It's weird.
Green.
Yeah.
Green on that.
It's not for me.
I respect that she feels that way because I don't see how you should feel otherwise. Like, where's your mind at? You know what I'm trying to say? It's like you have your girl and she's supposed to be kind of like she's supposed to be your star, I guess, in a way, you know? So that's the way I look at it. Like, why do you need an OnlyFans? Why do you need, you know, I would never, like, I haven't subscribed to anybody. So like, that's the thing, right? Like for me, I don't have that type of interest in that stuff. I mean, porn, I think every guy watches porn here and there. I mean, full disclosure, right? But it's not, as long as it's not like some obsessive shit or whatever.
Full disclosure is coming.
Well, OnlyFans, okay. Absolutely not.
Green flag though on your answer.
Got you. Okay.
What if the girl you were dating started an OnlyFans account?
That's... I'm shaking my head. If you want to know what I'm doing right now, I'm shaking my head. Oh man, you see, that's such a tough one. Because at the end of the day, like, she's trying to hustle and make some cash, and I get that, you know, she has that opportunity. She can make her life 100 times easier doing that. I'm cognizant of that. You know what I'm saying? Like, I get it. I think red flag. I wouldn't do it. I wouldn't be accepting of it, but I wouldn't hate you after it ended if you continued onwards. Like, you're doing your thing.
I mean, what if it's like pictures of your toes?
Okay, so I know of a girl who does that. And she's making bank, guys. It's unbelievable.
And just that, just showing her toes?
Just toes. So the big thing is, like, what you don't understand with OnlyFans is, like, you're putting up feet pics, but, you know, an expert hacker or someone who's an expert with computers, they could track your IP address down and find you anyways, right? So you think that you're getting away with just a feet pics, you're not. Like, you're putting up feet pics, you're putting yourself on the net. So, like, don't be so naive, is what I could tell every girl. There we go. I would tell you that if you ever wanted to go through with it, you know, and then you make your decision after that kind of thing, right? So
I will consult with you before I do it.
for sure. You just gotta think about all the pitfalls, you know? It's like, do you really want to do this and whatever? So, yeah, that's it. That's an answer for you, right?
Cool. A green flag on the answer.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
Yes.
He was easy to talk to, and I didn't think it would be that smooth sailing, to be honest. I feel like we vibed really well. Yeah, so I'm just curious to see what he looks like now.
You know, we vibed like very easily, you know, and the jokes were easy, the banter was easy. You know, I like the fact that even the couple times that we had red flags, you know, she had reasoning behind it. It made a lot of sense. Like, it was well thought out, right? And I really respect that of her. Yeah, no, I really enjoyed my time in the Q&A. She seemed like a fantastic girl.
3, 2, 1, spit.
Hey, how's it going?
Good, how are you?
I'm good. PK in the flesh.
Nice to meet you, Nithya.
Oh, man.
What, did you forget my name?
No, I didn't do it. I swear to God.
My first thought of him when I saw him was like, oh, I think what I pictured was pretty accurate. He went in for the handshake and the hug, and I was like, he's really like warm and inviting and friendly.
She's cute. She seemed really sweet. I feel like almost the look matched the voice and the thoughts. So I mean, I didn't have any complaints. The conversation earlier was
it was good.
It was really good.
Yeah.
You know, I was telling him my favorite thing was that, like, we resonated on a lot of things, and even when we said like no to each other, it was like you had such good reasoning for why you said no. You know, so
you too.
Yeah. You know, so it was one of those things where I was like, she's something else. Like, I kind of like, you know, that's what I'm saying. The fun reds, you know, that's what I was trying to refer to.
Are you sure he's Tamil?
Oh man, you felt that way about me? Oh,
yeah.
I think I've
yeah. No, it was great. I was telling them too. It was like really easy to talk to you.
That's what I'm saying.
We had a vibe. Yeah.
Yeah, like I feel like that's where it starts.
Would he be a guy you'd naturally be gravitated towards?
After he starts talking to me, I think so. Because he's just so like, I was telling him like, you know, I usually like answer a question and then say a line or two and then that's it. But he's somebody that carries the conversation. And so I like that, you know, that he carries the conversation and keeps it going. Whether I would approach him, probably not. But I think if he came and chatted to me, like I would.
I think she liked the person that she heard. You know, behind the thing. She might have been a little overwhelmed by how talkative I am, you know, and I can see that too. I like to think I'm a decent people reader, so I think that she's a little more reserved than I am. So that might be a little overwhelming, so I'm not sure, 100%, right? So that's my honest take on it, you know? I hope she's not too overwhelmed by my energy and my, you know, my extrovertedness, right? So we'll see what happens. All right, so eye to eye now. Okay.
All right.
3, 2, 1, go.
Dang.
I got you first. But you know what? Ladies first.
Aw, that's sweet. Thank you.
There you go.
I
Okay.
guess I'll roll this back to you.
No, you get 2 balls.
Oh,
actually.
wait. 2.
Yeah, that's how it is. So if you sink a cup, apparently you could ask me a question.
Oh,
so.
you're right. I am going to step over the line.
But you got to sing some right now.
Ooh.
Just missed. Have you ever been in a toxic relationship and explain?
Oh, man.
This one separates the girls from the women.
Yeah. I mean, I want to say yes, but like it was more so like how we handled the relationship, like handled situations that made it like toxic. And it felt like, we just were not communicating and we weren't on the same page, but like also like not going our separate ways. and it just went on for too long.
Yeah.
You know,
That's always how it
And
is.
it's one of those things where I was like, I know I'm not going to be with this person.
Right.
But
you're still here somehow.
Yeah, exactly.
You know, it's okay. I think everyone's kind of had something similar like that. It was the same deal for me. I was in a relationship way too long that I shouldn't have been in. You know, all the things that we talked about, being like there physically, emotionally, whatever. I feel like I only really had like one of the three, but like I couldn't drop it in my mind, and neither could she. And then we continued and continued, but we'd always fight. I don't like fighting with people, you know, so, but she was the only one that would bring this out of me. And I'm like, this is so bad. You know, it's like, I'm not this person. So eventually I just kind of drew the line. I'm like, I just can't keep going down this path, you know, for sure. So I'm with you. It was the same deal, just staying in it too long, you know, that's it. That's nice.
Nice.
Pretty simple. Thoughts on a prenup?
I mean, it depends how rich the person is. I know.
This
if
was kind of a loaded
super
question.
Rich, I would get it. I understand.
Yeah.
But like, you know what? At this point, I think I would get it because usually by a certain stage, like people have accumulated a certain amount of wealth.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think, my answer on this one, it just depends on when it happens. Like if we're both together and then everything starts clicking afterwards, like I'm not coming in and saying like, you know, the moment this happens, like you're not getting whatever, you know? So it's one of those things, like if we built something together, I'm not going to prenup it. Yeah. If I'm coming in with something that's like absolutely massive compared to what you have, then I'd heavily consider it for sure. Yeah. You know? So that's my answer to that one. Question number 2. Have you ever struggled with self-esteem issues? How did it affect your past relationships?
Yeah, I have. Yeah, I've definitely struggled with my self-esteem, like in terms of like, feeling like, you know, I'm good enough or like this is good enough. In a relationship, I guess it comes out in just sometimes like daily things, right? Where something could be simple, but like it just becomes a struggle because of say some internal chatter that's going on in my head. Okay. This is why I go to therapy.
I love that. Hey, you know what? If that's, you know, how you get over the hurdle and everything, like that's amazing.
Exactly.
You know?
So, what about you?
For me, self-esteem, I would say no. I don't really let outside factors really affect me. The only person's opinion that matters to me when I'm in a relationship is the person that I'm with. So if I have a partner who's like riding for me, who's got my back and everything, like I just don't feel like, you know, the need for self-esteem issues at all because I'm like, she's got me 100%. Right. Like what do I have to worry about? You know what I'm saying? So it's just one of those things. Like I haven't let it hit me because whoever I've decided to be in a relationship with, I know they got me, you know? Yeah. So that's my answer for that one.
Yeah. Good way of looking at it.
Yeah, for sure. So have you dated outside the Tamil community and what was good and bad about it?
I have. I mean, the good was like we just connected based on human attraction. You know, it wasn't like I was looking for someone in my community. Like I was able to just date someone because I felt attracted to them. Yeah. We had things that we liked together, you know? And so in a way, some of the pressure of dating someone from your community is also like not there. The bad about it, on the other hand, is like they're from a different culture, you know? So there are like slight differences, certain things that you may have to like accept that you may not have. And you can't have certain expectations because it may be unfamiliar to them. Yeah. Right?
Yeah, that's fair. Honest. I've dated quite a bit outside of the Tamil community. Like to be honest, I don't have too many Tamil people in my life in terms of like close friends or whatever, and it's been the same in terms of the girls and stuff. For no reason other than like it's who you run into, who you know mingle with, and whatever, right? So it's one of those things where I've never really looked at color or culture. Like I never let that really dictate my actions, right? So if somebody's a good person, if somebody's really cool. I've always given them a chance, you know, whether they be Tamil, whether they not be Tamil, right? So I've had good experiences with it just because I like to keep myself open-minded. And like anytime there are cultural differences and stuff, like I'm super receptive. Like I like to hear what the differences are or how families operate in a different culture. and stuff like that. I think it's pretty cool because I already know how we operate, you know, and it's like you're something brand new. So that's been really cool. But, you know, times where it gets like really serious and like you got to bring somebody home and, you know, you'll have your relatives in your ears and like, she better be Tamil, like she better be thing. I want to crack jokes with her and whatever. And that's happening. And you're kind of like awkward laughing, like, haha, like she's not Tamil, like, you know. Personally speaking, no bad experiences at all. But in terms of like just the whole family aspect and everything, it could be like a couple of hurdles here and there, you know, for sure.
I hear that.
Yeah, so that's it.
Cool. All right. How involved should your mom and or your dad be in your life after marriage?
Depends on what capacity. In terms of making relationship decisions, I think 0%, to be honest. I don't let my parents really dictate any of the big calls that come after adulthood, you know, like even right now, right? Because, I mean, they had their time and they had, you know, their decisions or whatever. And like now it's my turn to make my own decisions or whatever, right? So, you know, in terms of that, my family, well, more so my mom than my dad, but has given me the autonomy to really make those calls and stuff myself. And if I have a relationship with stuff going, it'll be the same deal, you know, like it's going to be between me and you. It's not going to be between me and my mom or me and my dad. I'm not going to let that happen, right? But, you know, how involved are they? I mean, if we have kids together, obviously, you know, they're going to be around and taking care of the kids and whatever. They could get involved in that way, you know, for sure. But in terms of actual decision making or like decisions between me and you, 0%.
Okay.
That's me.
Yeah. I'm on the same page.
Yes.
Yeah. I obviously, I think they should be involved for relationship building. I think that's important.
Yeah.
But also, like, elders have wisdom. And of course, in any relationship, you're going to hit hurdles. Yeah. So it's nice to have some elders' wisdom to sometimes guide you. Yeah. But yeah, decision making, it really depends on the couple. Yeah. And then if you have kids, it's nice that the kids have relationship with their grandparents.
Of course.
That's beautiful to see.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
that's the thing. The grandchild relationship is sacred. You know?
Yeah, exactly.
That's it. Like, you know, after that, it's like, I'm with you. I'm with you 100%. You know, it's good to hear. Now you got question 2.
All right.
Let's go for it.
What's your biggest fear in a relationship?
Pouring in a ton of time and then you kind of read your person wrong. You know, it's like when I fall for somebody, I give 120%. But let's say 3 years down the line, you become some crazy monster. You know, and if I guess that wrong, it's like how have I been with this person for this long? And it does scare me because the possibility exists, however low the chance, right? But I think that's pretty much the only thing that I'm really scared of. You know, how about you?
For me, it would be that it wouldn't work out. I think I just grew up around a lot of like broken marriages.
Does that give you a fear of actually getting married?
It seems risky to get into a marriage, then I guess not.
Yeah. No, that's fair. That's fair for sure. Okay, let me put some shots.
Finish it off now.
I got you. Let's watch. No,
so close.
Holy Moses. That's it.
Oh, nice. Well done.
Well, you got redemption. You know, so. Oh, I gotta ask you though a question.
Yeah.
Okay, final
Last
card.
one.
Oh, that's a fun one. Does body count matter?
I guess like if it's like a huge number, it does, because it could be indicative of like what your sexual patterns are. But that being said, when I'm dating someone, I'm not trying to get to know their body count.
Like, what is a number that constitutes you being like, no, like, no.
Over like 50?
Over 50.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. I really thought about it, to be honest.
Until today, right?
Yeah, I know.
For sure. That's why we're here. They're asking.
Yeah.
They're asking us all the tough questions, you know, for sure. I guess I'd have to put that same number too. I feel like 50 is just like a bar, you know, it's like, what the hell was happening past 50, you know? So, I'll put it at that number too. That's cool. But again, like I would never ask. Like I just can't. I just don't see a way where that would come up and it would further our relationship. You know what I'm saying? So it's just something I would never ask. But the only thing I'd be looking at is how invested are you in me, right? So that's the only thing that would matter to me. This question doesn't matter to me to even ask, you know, like for sure. I'm in the same boat as you. I don't care, you know, like as long as you're committed to me, you
Yeah.
know, and that's it, right? So
Yeah.
I'm with
Good
you
answer.
all the way. Yeah,
Yeah.
100%.
Good job.
So there we go. She's really easy to talk to. You know, she's cute. So I had a fun time with her. You know, I wish I had more of an opportunity to even talk to her. You know, and then get out there and have more of a traditional date setting and stuff like that, because she seemed like she was a sweet girl. So I had a good time. I had a really good time with this whole process, for sure.
I liked his answers to a lot of the questions, in the sense that, like, for example, with like the whole self-esteem question, I felt like he always had a sound reasoning for why he answered something a certain way. So I liked the logic behind how he answered his questions.
Did her being older, did that bother you?
Not really. You know, you see somebody that's older, that's unsettled, and you know, naturally, you know, you do have follow-ups, right? Like, I feel like that's only human. It's just like a personal decision that, like, you know, you haven't really come across anybody that's like, you know, made you swoon or whatever, you know. And I don't have any problems against people that are older, so that didn't really do anything to me. You know, I'm looking at her, she looks sweet, she's talking sweet, like that's all that really matters to me. But if she's just there and she has the right energy and everything going, like, you know, the last thing on my mind is gonna be the fact that she's 39 and I'm 32. Like, it's not anything that I put too much stock into, you know, me personally. But yeah.
I guess he's a bit younger than I initially thought. I feel like in our culture, you know, we're taught a lot to stick kind of to your age, or like if, you know, the woman is like younger, that's what's ideal. But in terms of like his personality, I also think that even when we're playing beer pong, like our questions kind of lined up, our answers to the questions. Yeah, and I would love to just sit down and chat to him, get to know him more. And it's a cool experience that we went through together. So to just talk about it, yeah, that's where I'm at.
So you mentioned earlier that there were some deal breakers that you were kind of looking over as you got older. Is age one of them?
For me, I don't care as much. I think in the community, that can be kind of a tough barrier to cross. So I think that's what I would be a bit cautious about.
Do you guys have any like burning questions for each other?
I was
about you?
wondering, how old are you?
I'm 32, turning
okay.
33.
Okay.
How about you?
I'm 38, turning 39.
Really?
Yeah. Mhm.
You are the youngest 38 turning 39 I have ever seen in my life. That's wild. You know, they asked me to guess.
Oh, really?
I guess you're 29.
Oh,
Not
okay.
even kidding. I could
No.
not. But that's wild. That's crazy.
Okay, so Nithya, I do have something to share with you. So before we matched you up with PK, there was another individual that we thought was a better match for you. He was also 38, in tech, and worked downtown. And he sent us this text message that I'm just gonna forward you right now.
Okay.
Do you want to read out the text message?
All right, this is what he says. Hey, if you folks found me a match for the show, why don't I just take them out on a date anyways? Just not filmed. Or like, why don't you connect me? Only makes sense. And he has the I don't know emoji.
Yeah, so we just wanted to get your thoughts on that. So now that you met PK, and then we also have this other match that didn't want to be filmed, but you could go on a date with. What do you think?
I like that PK was brave, you know, and came on the show, because I do think it takes guts to do this. Yeah, I don't know. I think that's too bad. Too bad for him, right? Like, it defeats the purpose of this whole thing, like everything that you're doing, which is cool. And it's nice to be a part of.